Hello, and welcome to November's horoscope readings. I'm Heather from Heal with Heather Kristen. Today I'm going to get us started with a card reading, a traditional card reading for the overarching energy of November. I am going to use the Nature's Whispers Oracle deck. And then I'm going to follow it up with each of the horoscopes. So those are separate videos, so just hang tight. And for those videos, I'm going to use my own deck, which is available via app. So let's get started with what November is going to bring, the energy at least. So I'm feeling this is going to be a month that focuses on our solar plexus chakra, empowering ourselves. I've been feeling for a while now that 2022 is going to bring some change. If you've watched my last couple months of horoscope readings, a few of the horoscope readings have made mention of lots of changes coming and preparing for a new life, new beginnings in 2022. And a lot of it is centered on our life path and moving into lives that really follow our soul and not our ego or, our desires that we've learned coming into this life, from coming into this life. Our soul path is more of what our destiny is, I guess you could say, what we were meant to do, what we came here to do, and following our energy, following what we're wanting to do, some of our passions and where our heart lies, and empowering ourselves to do so is going to be a major part of this process. And so the empowerment factor that's coming up for me right now, and then I'm feeling going into November, is going to be a big part of this transition to get us onto our soul's path. Okay, and these are just not popping out today. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay. I feel like November is also going to be kind of a time of quiet. Of course, Novembers don't always feel that way because it's coming up on the holidays and they can be hectic. A lot of jobs are having you finish out the requirements for the year. So November can be hectic, but I'm feeling it's a time for some inner reflection. And my cards are falling on the floor. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Cards go everywhere and everything falls apart. Okay, so let's see our cards. Start with laughter. Okay. This is always a good one, always necessary, laughter. Allowing ourselves to have fun, to be carefree, is an important step in allowing us to follow our childish dreams. And I don't mean childish dreams in a negative way. I mean childish dreams as a lot of our desires and passions that we've had or since childhood, or that we developed during childhood, or that we came into this life with, are actually pieces of our soul. They're pieces of our soul path that our souls wanted us to do when we came into this life. So if we align with our childish selves, our not childish as in child, immature, but our childlike selves, we can sometimes bring back those memories and reconnect with those passions that will help guide us toward our soul path and our destiny. And I don't like saying destiny necessarily very lightly, because sometimes people misconstrue that. What I mean by destiny is what our souls wanted us to do in this life. So it may not be something particular or some certain thing. It's not necessarily the universe guiding us, although it of course it helps. But when we came into this life, it was what our soul wanted. It was something that we were meant to do to help mankind, or to help ourselves with karma, to help release past family energy, all sorts of things that we could have done coming into this life. However, our soul is wanting us to do whatnot. So laughter is going to help with this. It's going to help guide you, allowing yourself to be laughter, or to have laughter, to be childlike. It's going to help you align with the energy that will put you on your soul's path. Okay? Sorry for all of that bumbling and tripping over my words. Contemplation. Yes, I was feeling some energy of inner reflection. Okay, so when I take it with this, I think there's going to be some insights coming in November. You're going to have some past memories coming up, some new things coming up. I want to say opportunities, but I don't necessarily feel any big, amazing opportunities coming our way, but I do feel maybe that the idea for opportunity is there. Perhaps people we know do something, or they get something and we're like, ooh, I kind of want that for myself, or I really want to do this thing that I've wanted to do for the last 20 years, and I put it off, and now I finally want to do it. How am I going to get there? So I think the contemplation is coming up when we feel change on the horizon. It may not necessarily be in our lap, but we're feeling it coming, and it's causing us to stir our ideas and our passions, and something within us is changing. And so November, I am feeling, has that energy that we are thinking about those things, and we're saying, okay, maybe this is an actual possibility that I can do, or that I can go, or maybe, I can change in this way. So some inner thought, internal things going on this month. And also, if there are some heavy thoughts, this is where the laughter is going to help you out, to help you relax and to have fun and to bring joy into your life. And when you're trying to manifest, when you're trying to create things, having joy is a huge manifester. It's a huge part of manifesting. So whatever you're dreaming about, whatever you're contemplating about, joy is going to help you in the long run get there and manifest that for yourself. Now, last card, potential gateway. Potential gateway. So it's there. What you're wanting to create, what you're wanting to do with your life, or the potential at least. I don't think we might necessarily see it next month. Some of you may get some inkling, some of you may get some energy coming your way for that. But the feeling I have is that what you're doing through contemplation, and you mix that in with your joy, you are creating a portal for yourself. You're creating a gateway to live the life that you desire. Okay. And I really feel that this is coming or more opening up um, around the new calendar year, maybe end of December, January, as the year energetically closes out. But some of us could start seeing it um, come November, come December, because the one of our New Year's just is about to happen on October 31st. So sometimes the feeling is the calendar year. Other times I get feelings for the witch's New Year. So I, there could be some openings between November and December. So for some of you, you could start see these coming into November. For some of you, it may be closer to January timeframe. Okay, so there's energy on the horizon, lots of change energy on the horizon. Um, really start focusing in on what you want to bring into your life, what you might want to change, what you might want to create for yourself. We are really moving into a time of being able to manifest what we desire, manifest our dreams. Of course, that does need to align with our soul's desires. Okay, so some of us may be starting to manifest or wanting to manifest things that don't necessarily align. And you might have some trouble doing that because when we try to manifest what doesn't align, it doesn't always work out for us. It doesn't align energetically with what our soul desires. And even sometimes when we do manifest what we desire, it doesn't always create the fulfilling feelings. It doesn't always work out the way we want it to. There's a reason behind that. And if things aren't aligned with our soul's desires, they may not work out in the earthbound sense. So make sure that when you're wanting to manifest something, that it brings you joy, that you get joy from it, and you're not manifesting out of a I should, or coming from a place of this is what I want because I've been taught to want this. This is what I want because I should want it. Things like that. So anyway, this is the overarching energy for November. Hang tight, and I will be back with each of the horoscope readings for November. Hello, Virgo, and happy November. Here are your cards. Okay, so what I'm feeling for you guys is you are shrouded in the ideals of others. Okay? Mask. Mask means that you've donned a mask or are portraying someone that isn't necessarily you. It is likely the ideals of your parents, your teachers, society. Basically, it's a mask that you think you need to wear to fit in with your friends, coworkers, whoever it may be. But it's you wearing a mask to not, because you don't feel that you can be yourself, okay? So this energy this month is asking you to take a look at what you're portraying to others, okay? Now this ties into envy because you have a feeling, maybe it's not up front, maybe it's deep down, that you don't compare to others. You want this from one person that one person has, or you want this that another person has. You want these things. You envy these things. So you feel that if you emulate those people, that you will have those same things. But the thing is those people are not you, okay? They may have those things, but you don't have to be those people to get the things that you want. You can be you. You can be genuinely you. You can be you in your entirety and still have the things that you want, okay? You don't have to act a certain way or live a certain way like these other people do in order to get what you want, okay? This is very important for you because you have a very unique path. You have a beautiful path. You have a divine path. You do not have to do the things or act the way others do in order to have the same beautiful things that they do, okay? And so it's really important for you this month to focus on getting rid of that mask. And that's where this card, the black and white card, comes in play. So the black and white card teaches us that perspective is everything, okay? So you can see on the card, you can see the 3D glasses. 3D glasses show us a totally cool world when we're watching a 3D movie, right? So we go into a movie theater, we have this flat screen. You know, even the movie theaters now, they're beautiful. They're excellent theaters, beautiful screens, wonderful movies. But it's not quite like a 3D movie. 3D movie, things come at us. We are in the movie. We are living in the movie. There's so much more. There is so much more to your situation than what you can see, okay? At this time, you were seeing just a movie screen, okay? Or in the card, I compared it to a 50s black and white TV, you know? From the very first TVs that came out, even for some of us who remember the TVs back in, you know, the 80s and the 70s, pretty boring, right? Black and white. Later we got color, but you know, you had about 3 channels that you had to twist. It's a lot different than a 3D movie, going to the 3D movie where the picture comes out and attacks you. So that is how much difference there is between what we can see and what is actually out there. And I mean, it's probably a much greater difference because there is so much that we can't see that's going on in the universe that we have absolutely no idea about. So you're seeing what you want. You're seeing, you know, this person having what you want. And you're like, okay, well, I have to be like that person, or I have to do this certain thing, or I have to live a certain way to be like this or to get that. But that's not true. Okay? You can get what you want by living your true self. There's many ways you can do this. I'm not going to get into all of them. But the point is, your goal for the month is to take off your mask, to focus on you being you, okay? How are you living that is not in alignment with who you truly are? How are you living that is more in alignment with your ego-based self? And I don't say ego as in, you know, a person who's egotistical. Ego is the lessons that we've learned, the things that we've been taught since we're in this life. Okay, the ego is the part of the soul, or the part of the personality that we have grown to have because of the things we've experienced in this life. Versus our soul. Our soul is lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes of knowledge and growth and spiritual activity. So the ego tells us, okay, well, you know, my parents taught me that I need to strive for perfection. So I need to strive for perfection in this way. And this is going to help me look perfect. Or this is the idea of perfect that my parents taught me, or my teachers taught me, or society taught me. And so this is what I need to do to get that. But that's not the case, okay? you can achieve what you want by being genuinely you, by being the unique, beautiful, spiritual soul that you are. So take time this month to figure out what mask you're wearing. What doesn't align with you? What are you doing that doesn't feel good? That doesn't feel right for you, okay? And when I say good, I mean what doesn't feel necessarily right. It doesn't make you feel good about yourself. Maybe you don't like doing it. Maybe there's something else that you love that brings you joy, but you've felt that you couldn't for some reason. I mean, I know growing up, I constantly heard, well, you can't do that. You can't be an artist, or you can't be a photographer, or you can't be this or that because it doesn't make money. You're not going to be able to support yourself. You're not going to be able to support your family. I'm sure many of us have heard that our dreams are not good enough because they won't get us here. They won't get us there. Or I'm sure many of us have heard the phrase, well, you're not good enough to make this a full-time job. You're not good enough at that to, be really good and make money so you can support your family. Okay? It's all about energy. Everything in this world is energetic. The energy we put out is what we receive back. Okay? So what we do doesn't matter except to us and in our heart. And if we're happy and if we're joyful, we are going to be able to make money at it because it resonates with who we are. Okay? So this is going to be your chore this month. Not chore. I hate to say chore. Just ignore that. Challenge. Your challenge this month is finding out who you really are. Okay? Finding out what makes you happy. Knowing that you can achieve the beautiful things that you want, that the things that you envy, you can create that. You can have that for yourself, but you do not have to do it a certain way. You do not have to be a certain person or live a certain way. You do not have to live up to certain expectations to achieve what you want to achieve, to get what you want, to live a life that's fabulous and amazing. You do not need to be a certain way. You just need to be you. That is the most important thing that you can do this month, is just be you, okay? And find out who that is. And let's finish up with the advice card, the black and white, perspective. It's all about perspective, okay? Know that there is so much more that you don't understand, okay? Our parents don't know. We don't know. We're teaching our kids. We still don't know, okay? The best we can do is follow our joy, follow our heart, okay? Follow your heart this month. Follow who you know you are in your heart, not just who you think you should be or who you were taught you should be, how you were taught you should think or act or be, okay? Sending you lots of love, and I will see you back here in December.